Magical darkness.
Damn it.
Right there. Okay.
Even better.
So that is what he's done. Now the shadow would be acting now, but due to his fumble last round, he's going last. Racer, you're in magical darkness. You cannot see in front of your own fingertips.
Okay, well, knowing where the people were, I am still going to attack the shadow. I should have kind of a feel for where he is. You know, it's been like 6, 7, 8, 9 attacks-ish. You know?
Again, you got to remember, during a combat round, though, people are ducking, diving, moving during that 6 seconds.
Oh, I know exactly where he is.
You know. Either way, you're at -6 to hit with magical darkness.
Okay.
I'm generally the same area.
Yeah, at least you're laying down, right? Unless she starts trying to cut grass clippings, you should be safe, Marlo.
Alright, let's do that. Wah, wah.
Okay. Miss.
And then the second one would be... Wah, wah.
Okay, you missed twice. Radovan, there's a big ball of blackness directly in front of you.
Can I duck as well after I attack? Crouch?
You can.
Okay, I'm gonna get into a crouch position.
Okay. A little red dart disappears into the ball of darkness.
Yay, go Cal!
So, seeing this, I'm just gonna go around it. Like, I knew where that bad guy was, so I'm gearing up to deal with him, I hope. But I can't see in the darkness, and I have actually no ways of looking into the darkness.
Aim high.
Right.
So,
Cal says, I found one. He's on the floor. I'm getting him now.
Oh no, why?
Okay.
Well, that would require I don't move, I guess. Yeah, I really just set up and defend myself, get ready.
Okay, so your hammer is going to continue to hover around you.
Yes, still has some charges left.
Kia.
Okay.
I attack the darkness.
I don't think I have any spells to undo the darkness, so I'm gonna hold my action.
Alright. The shadow now goes last. He is going to attempt blindly to stab in the same method that Racer did. 1d20 plus 2 with his minus. And he fumbled again. /R 1d20. Let's see how bad that fumble is. Oh.
Yes!
17. Not a bad fumble. So he just forfeits the rest of his attacks this round. That's all.
I thought you said the lower the number, the better. That.
No, the
better
lower
for
the number,
us.
the worst. The lower the worst on a fumble. That's why last time he rolled really low, so he lost his attacks and got pushed all the way to the bottom of the. Yeah. And then this time
he said the better for us because it was him.
The lower the better for you. Exactly. All right.
I knew that. I'm just testing you.
Okay. No metagaming.
Wouldn't even if I could.
Alright. It would now be back to the guy's action. So yep, he is doing this. Alright, he is swimming along under the water. He is not visible. But Kia, you will get a spot check.
Sure.
Wouldn't we be able to do a listen check from when he went in the water? Like, wouldn't that be...
With all the... I mean, you can try, but here's the thing. You got the river rushing. You've got the screaming and yelling of combat.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Kia, no, you didn't. But, I mean, if anyone wants to make... If anyone honestly was doing this...
Well, if you're in darkness, why wouldn't you be?
Well, because two of them were trying to kill each other and just swinging blindly, so they obviously weren't really being particularly attention seeking.
I'm not listening to that.
I'm not.
And Radovan is like just ready, so that's what I'm saying.
I think
It's like
Marlo's listening very well.
Yeah. She hears pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Okay. So it is the Shadow's turn. Okay. He is also going to try to swim for it. But he is not doing the same thing. He is... Right, Kia, make another spot check.
Okie dokie.
Radovan, sorry, you can't because you can't see him from there.
Yes!
Okay, Kia, you do actually see...
Ooh, can I use my hold action?
Yes, you can. And he is within your night vision. So, yeah, you basically can see the shadow, like, swimming quietly across the river.
Yes. Perfect.
Fireball him.
I'm gonna fireball him. And I think it might hit the other guy when she doesn't even know it. Okay. Oh, frick
All
yeah.
right,
Okay.
roll the damage.
Burn him.
Oh, look at that. 35. Okay. The shadow can make a reflex save, but he's in water, so it is not going to be... He doesn't have a very good chance of doing this.
Oh,
his
man.
reflex save is... Unfortunately, he's only got a +3. And you...
Oh.
But
passed.
son of a bitch, he made it.
Wow.
He still takes
Still
half. That's 18 points of damage for the shadow. So let's worry about him first.
I'm so sorry,
As
Shadow.
he's now a floating
kidding,
shadow
I'm here.
upside down in the river. The other guy, he is also in the water, so he has a bad save chance as well.
Oh,
It'd be great if the fireball like blew him out of the water. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Great.
What?
He made it.
Jeez.
So he only takes 18.
But that displacement, though, I mean, a fireball went in the water.
Oh yeah,
Would
it's like
push him towards the shore.
I mean, it's gonna buffet him somewhat, but he's not flying out of the water.
But he's not even going to surface with a. All that force.
Well, I mean, Kia will be aware that he's there now. Yeah, I mean, he's instantly going to come to the top of the water and like start gasping for air. The shadow isn't because he's dead. Okay. Magical darkness is gone. Racer, suddenly you can see.
All right. Do I see the guy?
Glancing around, you see a floating corpse in the river that looks like it might have once been the shadow, although it's a little charred and burnt right now. And you can see the guy, swimming for his life, trying to go downriver.
All right. So upon seeing the shadow, I'm going to do a little yes, and then I'm going to actually. Can I? Yeah, I'm gonna run.
Okay.
At him, charge at him, with intention of inflicting as much damage as I possibly can.
Right. So you're gonna basically run, leap off the bank, and dive on him.
Diving sword first.
Okay. I will count that as a charge action, giving you the +2 to hit.
+2 to hit. Yeah. 24.
And you do hit him.
Yay. Right. Yes.
Now, the good news or the bad news?
Oh no.
So that's how much you did. 8.
How about you just don't tell us the bad news at all?
What bad? Wait, Gorbet. What bad news?
Yes.
There's no bad
There
news
is
here.
no bad news.
There you go.
Only good news.
There's your bad news.
He's
Oh
dead.
no! Oh no! Whoops.
Oh, we've
Okay,
gotten
he
far,
is-
guys. Our investigation.
So I'm gonna
down.
snatch his corpse before it floats off down the river, and then
Okay.
grab the shadow and kind of pull him up on the shore.
All right, so you're gonna haul him out. You drag him, wet and soaking, up onto the the bank.
Oh, and then I'm gonna wind up and kick the shadow in the ribs as hard as I fucking can.
Okay, he doesn't grunt.
No, and there'll be some foul language like "fuck you, asshole." I was nice to you, and I'm just gonna kind of go off a little bit.
Alrighty. What do you guys want to do? Looks like Radovan's investigating the Marlowe.
I'm doing a heal check on Marlowe. I'm just to see things.
Just to see things.
17.
Perv.
That's not what I meant. You know what I meant.
Okay. She. I mean, you examine. You examine the wound. The wound does not appear to be particularly fatal. But there's definitely some nasty substance in and around the wound area.
Say no more. I'm doing one of my. I chose it specifically for this reason. I'm doing neutralize poison.
Alrighty.
I'm assuming it's a poison because we saw the residue, so I'm like, poison. You detoxify any sort of venom in the creature or object touched. A poison creature suffers no additional effects from the poison.
And you are now able to wake up as the sleep poison is neutralized.
Yay.
Yay!
So,
are you okay? Marlo, are you okay?
I could just see this. It's like, poor Marlo, like this entire time, she got one lick in. One.
Where'd they go? Where'd they go?
That was some punch you did there, but he kind of took you out.
Y'all are lucky she didn't punch y'all now.
Sorry, Marlo.
Okay.
Blows. I killed him. And Raisa.
You've dragged them up onto the bank. They're laying here.
I'm doing a heal on Marlo for 9, so there's 9 health back.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk over to Raisa and actually do, what am I going to do? A cure
Meanwhile, I'm rummaging for gold and I'm freaking stripping this guy of everything.
Okay.
He's got that diamond. That's fucking mine.
Strip.
You know.
Right. Okay, yep.
Oh,
So
the diamond
you
thing.
basically, yep, he had the big bauble. You take that. He has on his person.
Marshmallow.
That's Raisa, that's your heals. I
Oh,
did it.
nice.
That's
Wow.
a
31.
sexy heal.
Let me go to.
I'm just going to step back and shake my head at the troops.
Hey, you're all alive, right? Sort of, kinda.
Yeah.
Oh, Marlo. I didn't get to punch anybody.
That's all she wanted to do.
I have a question after everything's done.
Okay. Right. What's your question?
Oh. So the general vicinity where I was standing, where the rope came down,
Yes.
I'm gonna look up and like just do a spot check to see if I see any.
Alright.
Probably not.
You see thin air. It's like the sky.
I knew it. There's air up there. Okay.
Alright.
Tell me all my things.
Okay, well, on the dude, the guy that you killed earlier, obviously he has a crossbow. You know this. He has a dagger. He also has a pouch, a very big, fat pouch full of monies. Like lots of monies. Because he was given it by that weird guy that stepped out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to see where I put my notes. Oh, here we are. Okay. Right. The Shadow basically has his rapier. He has a dagger. He has three throwing daggers in his, like stuck in the back of his breeches underneath his shirt, like in a little belt pouch. He also has. You writing this down?
Yes.
Okay, 247 gold pieces.
Okay. Do any of those weapons have any like particular ornate, or are they just pretty plain?
They seem fairly plain, just like looking at them.
I'm gonna kind of say, Kia, Radovan, can any of you guys detect magic on any of this? And you'll probably notice I have everything like lined up all nice on the ground,
Yeah,
like
so
taking
there's
an
basically
inventory.
a dagger,
do you burn
a
the
rapier, and a big fat gem.
I got nothing. I'm afraid.
I'm sorry, Risa. I really gotta sleep.
I'm just gonna kind of hold this up. Do you think this crossbow is magical?
Hey, it never missed.
On it.
Ray said, no offense, but probably we should disseminate what the fuck just happened instead of worry about loot.
What difference?
What do you expect?
It makes all the difference in the world considering what almost transpired
Let's
here.
disseminate.
We need to stand here and talk instead of stand here and loot.
Son of a bitch.
Look, does he have a piece of paper that has information that will help us on our investigation, or is it just?
Well, you don't want me to loot them, so maybe I should stop looking.
I don't think we should be disseminating anyone. That's kind of gross.
Who were these people?
Well, you know who the shadow
I'm just going to continue to rummage.
Okay. That's pretty much it.
Why did they want the shield so badly?
Obviously, he was selling them for this big frickin' pouch of money.
To who? I don't see anyone out here.
Yeah, but, like, why?
Oh, you missed it, Radovan.
Oh, right. There were some people, Radovan.
Did Radovan see the blondie appear from the sky?
I had my back turned.
No, he didn't.
I am in the dark about a lot of what happened.
Yeah, he really doesn't know how. I mean, the only thing he knows is the shadow came out of. He knows the part about the shadow coming out of the bush. He knows nothing about the three strange, weird, pallid green-looking fellows that stepped out of the ether.
So I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, you missed it. It was crazy, Radovan. These three guys just appeared out of nowhere, and then they were gone. And I'm just gonna kind of turn back down.
Marlo saw it first.
It was weird, yo.
And I blasted them, and then
That's like the only thing I got to see.
So
It's like they stepped out of a door, not turned invisible. You know what I mean? It's like there was
kind of like your dimension door, like a portal.
Yes.
And you attacked them, and then they disappeared.
Yes.
yeah.
And then the guy.
Send a note to Marlo. All right.
Ran.
You keep doing what you're doing. Sorry, I just got to check something.
And then the guy.
Turned invisible and ran.
There might be
and
some relevancy here.
We chased him, but then
He's
Shield
gone.
fancier.
He's gone.
Then we
south.
lost him, and then I was there at that point. Okay, got it. Well,
Yep.
well, that could have that went interesting.
Yeah. We need somebody alive.
I mean, most we can do.
Can you
is
talk to the dead, Radovan?
I can, not tonight, but that's what we can do. We could bring these fucking corpses back. Show them to Harrington, because this is obviously the culprit. And then tomorrow we can get more answers from him. I'll happily speak to him.
Splendid.
Well, dead. You know,
Marlo, you read your top note.
right, that's what I was thinking of when you mentioned that.
Yeah, it is relevant. So, right, so what do you guys want to do?
I am collecting all those things that I've written down, and I am taking them with me.
Okay. So you gather it all up.
And then, I don't know, I guess we need to carry corpses, or drag, or kick, or maybe chop into little pieces and carry back.
You know, Radovan could grab one by one. You know,
I'll take Blondie and.
but, I mean, Marlo and Radovan could basically grab a leg off of, grab the guys behind them and just pull them along behind them by the legs.
Ooh,
them back
I'm
to
gonna
town.
take the shadow by one leg, and if I'm purposely looking for rocks, and if we find one, I'm gonna drag him over top of it so it hits his head, or.
You're gonna make sure he gets bumped up and
Oh
scarred
yeah,
up.
I'm pissed.
Materializing and vanishing. This sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard this before.
Heard what?
Or what,
You've
what are you
seen, or
talking about?
you heard something about what? Yeah.
People appearing out of nowhere and vanishing.
Oh.
What? What are you looking at?
She's not looking at anything. She's kind of like just tilting her head, like she's thinking, like remembering something.
Rock.
What is it?
Oh, there's a nice rock. Thump.
Yep.
It wasn't too long ago that I met this strange, insane hobo, and he mentioned something about creatures that seem to appear and then disappear.
A hobo?
Yeah, it was some strange. I didn't put much stock in it because he looked pretty crazy.
A hobo. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sure. There's a hobo. Okay, well, Marlo, we'll get to that. We'll interrogate all the hobos we come across.
Where did you meet this hobo?
It was near a citadel. Some citadel. It wasn't long after I left home, actually.
Yeah, it was way north of here.
North.
Because she traveled from, like, an island, hit the northern shore, and then she's traveled all the way down. So she's been wandering across.
He said that about 2 months ago, there were flashes of light and weird things happening around the citadel, like rumblings and things.
Oh, really? Well, let's all disguise ourselves as hobos. Come on, Radovan.
Yeah, we'll be the hobo on trial. I'm going to Lord Harrington's.
Yeah, me too.
What are we doing
Just keep that thought, Marlo.
Okay, so you're going to drag the corpses to Lord Harrington's house?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. You arrive outside of his lordship's in the early hours of the morning.
Knocking on that door.
Alright, Ellen comes to the door. And opens it. Let me move them.
We have news, Ellen.
Here we go.
I'm gonna hold up a leg and a big bat pouch of money. Look!
Here you go.
We
And
did
you have,
it.
obviously, you have both corpses with you. Okay, she opens the door and she says, "What was all this banging this time of night?" She kind of peers out and she's like, "Oh dear. What happened there? Probably ought to take them to the town watch."
Yeah, no, they're gonna like, they're staying in here for now.
Well, I suppose let me go and fetch his lordship. Hold on a second. And she hurries up the stairs. After about 15 minutes, he comes running to the top of the stairs, tucking his shirt in and pulling his breeches up as he's obviously hurried up getting dressed. He's still not wearing any boots. As he comes scuffling down, he comes over and he says, "Who are these dastardly looking fellows?"
Blur the smile on Race's face first of all.
When he comes out, I'm gonna thrust the big purse of money, be like, "Look!" and just hand it to him.
Okay, he goes, "Ching!" Well, what's this for?
That would be the money that guy got for selling your shields to 3 weird dudes.
Weird dudes.
We didn't catch them.
Oh, but this was the culprit.
Yes.
Oh, so...
Well, he's part of it. Obviously, but not the main people we're looking for.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Totally, that's what I thought too. I'm not gonna lie.
So, what about my shipments? Are they still in danger? Well, obviously, this one's disappeared.
They get somebody else to help them steal the shields, and yes, it's still in danger.
Looks like the direct link isn't a problem, but you have some people who obviously really want your shields.
He says, "Well, apparently. Come in," and he kind of like beckons you into the study.
Pop down in the middle.
He says, "Well, I appreciate you at least giving me this. Maybe I can offer this money as some kind of, I don't know, some kind of recompense for the fact that I'm not going to be able to deliver the shields once more. Maybe he'll consider giving me one more chance. I don't know. But anyway," and he kind of opens the bag and drops it out. And more platinum pieces than you've ever seen literally just clutter across the table. It's all platinum.
I'm gonna wince. Like, I just gave that away.
He's like, "Oh, good gosh." And he's like, starts counting it. He goes, There's like 500 platinum here. That's like 5,000 gold. What, for shields? I mean, the dwarf does indeed have
special about them.
Well, well, I know I owe you all some. So here he puts 25 of the platinum on the table for each of you.
Math is hard. Is that the rest of the 250 gold?
Yes.
Lord Harrington, people that you're wanting to deal with have the ability to turn invisible almost always and escape our grasp, and we aren't equipped for that.
Well,
we can kind of find them, but not really.
I don't know what to do, to be honest. I mean, if that fellow laying in the hallway was the main culprit that was selling them, I mean, do you have any indication as to who they were, where they came from?
They had pointy ears.
Elves?
Green.
Oh, orcs.
Actually, would I know what they were? Would I be able to say no they were?
None of you have ever seen them before, but you know for sure that they weren't orcs. They were too tall for goblins. They weren't orcs. And they definitely weren't any elves you've ever seen.
All right, so I'll say that.
They were gaunt-faced creatures.
I mean...
Nasty looking.
They clearly weren't undead that you think, but they were almost had like a ghoul-like... You know how ghouls have this, their features are all very tight and gaunt around their face? They kind of sort of look like that, but they didn't look decayed in any way. Very
Whatever they
weird.
were, they have a hierarchy. They have some sort of...
leader.
They bowed, so they have some sort of sense of paying respects.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I hired you to find the culprit that was stealing the shields. You've done that, so obviously...
Listen, Lord Harrington, once I get some sleep, I'll be able to speak to that asshole, and we'll get some information for you. Maybe a next course of action. But,
The dead.
Oh, that's rather spooky. Preferably not here in my house. Don't like the idea of
I would prefer it here than in that torture chamber you call, prison.
Maybe out back on the porch then. I really don't like the idea of you summoning evil spirits inside my home.
I assure you they're not evil spirits because I am not evil and I do not.
Well, you're not, but that... I mean, it's his spirit, right? Surely he wasn't a very pleasant person.
No, it's like an imprinting. It's not actually gonna be him.
Oh, well...
But it will be able to
him
exploit
evil.
his memories.
He was just motivated by greed.
You are a priest. I take your word for it, I suppose. It just still gives me the willies.
Sorry,
I will even designate your house as Hallow if you so desire.
Well, yes, if you bless the house afterwards, that would make my wife feel a lot better.
Oh, there you go. For an extra,
definitely.
500 golds.
Well,
I'm shaking my head as I say this, like I'm clearly being sarcastic, but he might not sense it, so...
I mean, he looked like he was contemplating the cost.
Because I was really just talking out of turn.
He says, well,
My wariness.
He's like, shh. Well, yes, let's see what information you find out tomorrow. And if you yields any additional, additional results, then maybe I can get away with a little more of this money finding its way into your hands as opposed to the king's. I mean, I'm definitely going to have to overpay for the lack of delivery, and, well, without this money, quite honestly, I would be ruined. I know I would be. At least with such a huge sum of money that I can throw at the king, there's a slim chance that the king's outfitter might just give me one more option. If I'm buying buying another chance. But well, anyway, yes. If you want to stay in the rooms that you've preoccupied before, you're more than welcome to head upstairs and get a good night's sleep.
Thank you. I will do just that.
Alrighty. So, okay. You all retire. Anyone want to do anything particular?
I'm gonna go sleep on the back porch.
Guarding the
I
corpses?
guess I can sleep.
Where the corpses are. You sleep with the corpses, right?
Yeah.
Make sure they don't get up and leave anywhere.
Make sure they don't leave.
They don't
or
hop
find a
away.
Crossbow.
I was more
Marlo
worried about
sticks a
them
piece
becoming
of paper on their foreheads with a couple of bits of sticky rice.
raccoon food or
That's it.
wolf
Okay.
snack.
Okay, so you're going to do that. Yeah, you're not interrupted. Nothing untowards happens. The Lord Harrington does say, I've got a little bit of business to attend to in town. I will be back probably within 20-30 minutes. Nothing to worry about. I'm just going to inform Captain O'Neill that the search needs to be called off. They've been ransacking the whole town looking for this place. Apparently, before you disappeared, you had them running around looking for this fellow, and they have been ever since.
I just want to find who hired the shadow.
Right, so...
He will pay.
You all get a good night's sleep. So, following morning, what is the game plan?
Talk to the dead.
Talk to the dead.
And have a lovely Ellen-made breakfast.
There you go, yep.
Yeah, first we're going to have breakfast.
Yeah, you get a good, healthy breakfast.
I'm sorry, I'm just sending you in my spell list.
I got him.
Did Radovan have any heal spells yet before the night was over? Or was he all out?
He didn't use any, if he did.
I didn't use any. I technically had some if you really needed them. But
okay.
you didn't ask me, so...
There you go. He's already dead, Marla. You could use him as a punching bag. Hang him up above the porch.
It's not the same.
This is for all the hits I didn't get in earlier. Okay. So, you want to speak with dead, do you, Rado?
Yes, I do. Let's designate a spot.
Marla looks pained because as much as she likes listening to Radovan talk, she never understands anything.
Sorry, I wish I could have this, like, easy to spell and easy to do. But, you know, things change, right?
That's all right. Well, I know you're casting this spell. I wouldn't even worry about it because we're right at the end of the stream, so you're probably not going to need anything else.
Okay, cool. So, yes, I'm speaking with Dead on the blonde guy.
All right. It will get a willpower save to resist the spell as if it was alive because it has a very differing alignment to you. Because it doesn't want to answer your bloody questions.
Right.
And as if it was alive. So it is a 3rd level cleric spell. Is this a domain spell for you?
No, it's not.
Okay, plus 3, so 16.
Yes!
It failed! Yay! It can't lie! It tried, but it... It's like
That's
the Exorcist.
Alright, so I get 1 minute per level, so 9 minutes,
9 minutes
of questions. Yep. Answers are brief, cryptic, or repetitive.
Right.
Okay.
Bastard.
What is your name?
Alrighty. Let me get my notes right handy here so I can answer all your stuff quickly and with haste. Because I just put them away because I forgot all about the fact that you were fixing to do that.
Sorry.
Oh, my fault. I shouldn't have put them away. Alright. Carmine Garside.
Carmine. Does everyone hear this or just me?
Only you.
Carmine Garside?
Yep.
Does anyone else work with you?
No.
Who do you work for?
Myself.
Who were the person you worked? Who were those people in the woods? Those creatures?
I don't know.
What, do you know if they worked for if anyone else was under their employ?
I don't know.
What order did you work for? I'm just assuming.
I work for no order.
I want to kill this guy again.
Why don't you know anything?
How many more shields did they need? Did they ask of you? Were you expecting to deliver to them?
I don't know.
Do you know where they're located?
I don't know.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, but if the answers are brief, you gotta be specific.
He knew his name.
He knew his own name.
How did you contact them?
I didn't.
How did they contact you?
They found me.
Where did they find you?
North of here.
Name the place where they found you.
It had no name.
Why were you up there? Why were you up north?
Business.
Doing what?
What I've been doing.
Stealing and what is it? So, have you stolen anything else for them besides shields? Is shields the only thing that they ever asked you to steal or take?
Yes.
Why do they want those shields?
I don't know.
Son of a bitch. Where were you before they contacted you? Location.
On the road.
From where to where?
I was traveling from the mountains north, heading back home south.
Where's home?
Candlewind.
Candlewind. What are the name of the mountains you came from?
I do not know that they have a name.
I just look at everyone's. Any other questions?
Why are you a douchebag?
So all we've heard is you verbally asking them, right?
Right. So any questions that so any questions.
So if you want him to ask a question, you can tell Radovan and he can ask it for you.
Oh.
Guys, anything?
You have 4 minutes left on your spell.
Any names? To ask him if he knows any names of people he's working for.
He says he's working alone.
Or giving the shields to. Any names at all.
He doesn't know who they are. What are the names of the people you gave the shields to?
I don't know their names.
How much did they pay you? I already asked that, right?
What do they look like?
No. How much do they pay you? It varied per shipment.
What are they?
Let me think how to answer this.
I don't know.
Okay, he will answer it, but I don't know that you can. Basically, he can only answer it. Resub, crazy.
Yeah,
thanks for the resub. Give that man some hyped up rolling.
Hey, crazy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for resubscribing. 1 second. Spam it up. Give that man some rollies, people. Alrighty. Okay. He says, in a really kind of weird way, like he's using some different accent, and it's obviously a language that you don't know. He says, Drakayaki.
Okay, the Jane gasp is great, but you didn't hear what he said.
No, that was not Kia, that was Jane.
Kia broke wind as you said it. As he said it.
The Drakahaki? And I'm gonna ask that to my pronunciation is correct.
No.
What the hell did you just say?
No.
No. Do you know of any citadel up north?
No.
Ask him.
Can't you comprehend languages?
Yeah, I didn't cast it.
Ask him how.
You could ask him. You could cast it and ask him again.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well,
ask him how they got in contact with him and how he gets in contact with them back.
He doesn't know.
You already asked that one.
How did they get in contact with you?
They found me.
On the road?
Repeating contact after that. They kept finding him?
Yeah, how? So, was that spot you met them important?
Yes.
Or was it a spot that they designated?
Yes.
Is there magic of this world?
No.
Ask him if it was a portal.
Do you know anyone else who can do that kind of magic, or anyone who is an expert in otherworldly magic?
No.
How do you know that magic is not of this world?
They are not of this world.
How many more minutes
Aliens,
left?
aliens.
Right.
You have about 55 seconds left. I'm watching the clock.
Anything else you want to say before we sever communication?
No.
Do you want to be buried within the rights of a Cuthbert? With the rights of a Cuthbert?
I don't care. I'm dead.
Ask him if it was a portal.
Is it a portal that they used?
No.
Did they just use invisibility spells?
Do they just use invisibility spells?
No.
How can I prepare for them?
You can't. They can find you anywhere.
Will they seek us out now that we
I don't know.
Are you sorry for anything in this life?
No.
I think that's the end of the 55. I just wanted to make sure. Alright.
Well, we did learn some things from that, so that's good.
Yes, I am going to impart everything that I have. That his home was in Candawin, that he worked for himself, that his name was Carmine Garside, and that he said that those creatures were the Drahaki, or the Drakaki, or the Drakakayakoya.
Or something.
So it's in a very different place. And they were not, they used magic that was not of this world, and he doesn't know what they were, except for the name, the Drakahaki name.
Awesome.
Make your notes. You might want to write that stuff down because you may forget between now and next week.
Yeah.
Well.
Alrighty. Well, are you going to tell? Is any of this information something you want to tell your his lordship, or do you feel it's irrelevant?
We'll discuss that next time.
Well, then, fair enough. We will.
Look at Shad calling the shots.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can wait for the bloody experience points for the next time too, then, because if the adventure's not finished, you don't get any.
What happened? Why are you so red?
Yes, we tell them everything.
Something bad happened, obviously, in the land of Spook.
No, it was just the way when he was like, he says the word, and then he goes, "Did I say that right?" And the spirit's like, "No."
Well, and then he said, "Repeat what you just said." So he said it again. No, because that is what he just said. He just said no.
That's very true.
Rudderman's like, "Wait, I'm confused. Back up."
But
Hey,
the
hey,
good
dead
news
guy
is,
that doesn't want to answer any of my questions. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Sure. I love.
fucking duty. Okay, I'm
I
getting
was
him the
abused as a child. And he goes into a long, big rant for like 20 minutes.
But isn't that the great thing? Because
That's the reason I steal shields.
Like, shadow. Guess what?
I could say
Don't
it.
Spooky
worry.
ghost.
I would have done that too.
What would have really been funny is if you'd have asked the correct question. Because I'd have loved to have segued into the fact that he was going to tell you he's only been dead about an hour and a half. You dragged him basically back unconscious. He hadn't actually died from Race's wounds, but after that he bled to death. But when you first killed him in the water, he was still alive. He was just unconscious.
Oh, whoops.
But being the fact that Racer knifed him in the back, he slowly bled to death on the journey back. So he's. The funniest thing would have been if you'd have tried to do it right then and there, and I'd have been like, the spell doesn't work, and Radovan would have been like, what? Hi there, I'm Gorbad. Welcome to the Orc's Nest. I'm the Dungeon Master here on Howreroll, and if you'd like to follow me personally, you can do so on Twitter @Gorbad. Check out thedmblog.com for all things Dungeon Master and Dungeons & Dragons related. And of course, you can follow me on twitch.tv/Gorbad. Also, guys, don't forget to keep up with all things Howreroll. Follow us on Twitter @Howreroll. Check out the website www.howreroll.com, and make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Cheers, guys.
When I'm not playing Radovan Rainier, Cleric of St. Cuthbert for Howreroll, I'm just Shagget, a guy who can't do math in public. You can follow this poor lost soul on twitch.tv/Shagget, or on Twitter @Aneb_convos. For the love of all things boozy, stay in school.
I'm the Dragon Spooker, and I play Marlowe the Hot-Blooded Monk for Howreroll. You can catch my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/thedragonspooker, or you can follow me on Twitter at @dragonspooker. I hope to see you guys around.
Hi guys, thanks for watching today's episode of Howreroll. I hope you had a lot of fun, and if you'd like, you can give me a follow at Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Bane Blackstar, or come say hi in my own Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Bane1271. I stream full-time and usually play World of Warcraft, The Sims 4, and I even craft things out of polymer clay, but you never know what we'll get up to. I hope you'll come say hi, join in the conversation, and have some fun.
Hi, I'm Jane, and when I'm not fireballing innocent peasants, I'm perusing Twitter, eating ice cream, and petting my cat Norman. You can follow me on Twitch at Jane Ivana, and on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, and that's with a 0, not an L. Goodbye. Or as I say, peace, suckers.